Today we're going to ignite your Flutter skills with an advanced animation, real-time fire simulation. Yeah, I'm talking about dynamic, interactive flames that move, flicker, and breathe with life. This will give your apps the kind of visual flair that feels alive. Perfect for splash screens, game UIs, or futuristic dashboards. So let's jump right in. All right, let's start with a new Flutter project. Once you are in, strip out the boilerplate and set up a basic material app. I have set the Fire Animation class as a home widget. Let's move on to the file fireanimation.dart. First off, we've got our fire particle class. Think of each particle as a little spark in our fire. It's got properties like position, an offset telling us where it is on the screen, radius for its size, color for that fiery glow, opacity to fade it out over time, lifetime for how long it lives, age to track how old it is, and dx for a bit of horizontal drift. We give it a constructor to set all these up when a particle's born. Simple, but it's the heart of our animation. There's this update method in fireParticle. This is where the magic happens. It takes a delta time, which is like a tiny slice of time, say 1/60th of a second. Every frame, we bump up the particle's age by that amount. Then we figure out how far through its life it is with life progress, just age divided by lifetime. The particle moves up the screen a bit, position.dy minus 1.5, and drifts sideways with dx. Its opacity fades as it ages, clamping between 0 and 1 so it doesn't go weird. And the radius? It shrinks just a tad, with a little randomness thrown in to keep things natural. And isAlive just checks if the particle's still young enough to stick around. Next up, we've got Fire Painter, a custom painter that draws these particles. It takes a list of particles and sets up a paint object with blend mode, blendMode.plus. That blend mode makes the colors stack up brightly, like real firelight overlapping. The paint method loops through each particle, sets the paint color with the particle's color and opacity, and draws a circle at its position with its radius. Should repaint always returns true because our fire's always flickering. We need to redraw every frame. Now let's jump into the fire animation widget. It's a stateful widget, so it can change over time. We're mixing in single ticker provider state mixin because we need an animation controller to drive this thing. We've got a list of particles and a random object to keep things spicy. In init state, we set up our animation controller with a 60-second duration. Don't worry, it's just a big number because we repeat it, so it loops forever. Every tick, it calls update particles. That method is our engine. It updates each particle with our delta time, removes any that are too old with remove where, and spawns new ones if we're under 100 particles. Then it calls setState to trigger a rebuild. The spawn particle method is like lighting a match. It picks a starting spot near x equals 200, y equals 500. Think of that as the fire's base. It randomizes the radius between 10 and 18, picks a color between deep orange and yellow for that fire vibe, sets a lifetime around 1.5 to 2.5 seconds, and adds a little sideways drift. A new fire particle gets born and joins the list. When we're done, Dispose cleans up the controller. Good housekeeping. The build method is straightforward. A scaffold with a black background. Fire looks best on dark, and a custom paint widget using our fire painter to draw all those particles. So when you run this, you'll see a fire flickering up from the center of your screen, with particles rising, fading, and drifting a bit. It's all about that loop. Spawn, update, draw, repeat. Play with the numbers, tweak the spawn rate, colors, or drift, and you'll get a feel for how it dances. What do you think? Ready to try it out or tweak it into something wilder? Let's hear your ideas.